The following is a special presentation of WVEC TV 13. WVEC TV 13 presents Holiday Salute, a tribute to our armed forces.
Hello, I'm Mike Petters, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to a Holiday Salute. Joining me are some of the great shipbuilders of Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding from both our Newport News and our Gulf Coast locations. They represent nearly 40,000 men and women who build the greatest ships in the world. We're here to wish the officers and crew serving as part of the USS Theodore Roosevelt Battle Group a safe and happy holiday season. Thank you for your dedication and commitment to our country. Happy holidays!
The Dodge dealers of Hampton Roads are once again honored to be part of the Holiday Salute, a tribute to the military. No matter what the role they play, each chooses to protect the lives of all Americans. Thank you for keeping our country free and safe. We're proud to be here for you, and especially thankful that you are here for all of us. Please enjoy this show.
Taco Bell is once again proud to be part of this Holiday Salute. During this holiday season, please take time to remember our men and women in uniform out there defending our country. Taco Bell is made up of active duty military, veterans, and their family members. Hopefully this show helps bring all their well wishes and love from their families to our heroes miles away from home. Please enjoy the show.
Hello, I'm Charles Barker. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this holiday salute to our men and women in uniform. I'm honored to be part of this tribute in recognizing the dedication, service, and heroism our military members proudly give every day. The entire Charles Barker Automotive family would like to wish you a very happy and safe holiday. Please enjoy the show.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm Joe Flanagan. Once again this year, thousands of military personnel in Hampton Roads are away on long and lonely holiday deployments. In the next half hour, we'll try our best to bring them a little bit closer together. It's not easy. We begin with military reporter Mike Gooding. Mike?
Joe, the Army transporters from Fort Eustis and Fort Story have deployed time and time again since 9/11, oftentimes here at the holidays. And so it is again in 2008. It's never easy to march off to war, especially when the deployments coincide with the holidays. But march off hundreds of Hampton Roads Army soldiers have.
It's hard because you're leaving friends and family and co-workers, and you know, when we get back, things change.
What's it like?
It's hard. You miss like an entire year of like my child's life, so it's pretty hard. But somebody's got to do it. So.
At this point, I think so many of us have been on multiple deployments by now that I think that, everybody's kind of used to, they're not used to it, but they're getting the hang of it, I think.
The soldiers say much as they'd like to stay home for the holidays, they can't, and that's okay. 12 months, it's a pretty long time. You think it'll go by quick or go by slow?
Hopefully. I'm going to do what I can to make it go by quick. So.
Hey, duty calls, I got to do what I got to do, serve my country. One vital element of service to country is providing support from back on the home front. At Fort Story, Eunice Cooley, her daughter Alicia McPherson, and her grandson Alexander know all about that. Eunice's husband, Sergeant Mark Cooley, is forward deployed this Christmas. So is Alicia's husband, Specialist Marcus McPherson, leaving the women to care for the 8-month-old child alone.
Not only is my dad missing his grandson's first Christmas, but my husband's also missing his son's first Christmas.
So that's what I'm going to miss, because he's not going to see his grandson's first Christmas.
But the family is coping the best that they can, counting the days until their soldiers come home, and finding comfort in the fact that their men are giving the greatest gift of all, freedom.
They're pretty special people, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
How proud are you of your husband
very proud.
And all these soldiers?
Very proud. Very proud.
Deployment day this year for the USS Monterey was September 10th.
I'm feeling kind of emotional. I don't want to go, but I have to. Gotta fulfill my mission. So
350 sailors saying goodbye to loved ones.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard. It's really hard, you know, when I can't talk to him when I'm used to talking to him, when he's all I have.
It's hard enough when one family member is in the Navy, let alone two.
My husband and I are both in the Navy, and he's already underway, so leaving him behind, and I'm leaving my daughter Dakota and my in-laws, David and Elizabeth.
This is a scene repeated by all the ships in the Carrier Roosevelt Strike Group. These are the families separated this holiday season. Deployment Day.
It's bittersweet. This will be my last long one for a while. Just ready to get it started and get it over with.
The USS Monterey is a Ticonderoga-class cruiser that will provide air defense for the USS Roosevelt and the other ships in her strike group.
It'll be a good deployment. We're looking forward to it. We've been great training we've received here from the folks on the waterfront, from TAC Trade Grulant, a float training group, Second Fleet. We're ready to go. The ship's ready to do its mission.
I got my father, my little sister, and my mother right here. They're all from Georgia. I got my cousins, Kels and Kaylee, and my grandparents from Chesapeake.
And how are you feeling?
A little nervous, my first deployment, but I'm looking forward to it. All the experience of going overseas. I miss my family, though.
I'm very proud, very proud. I hate to see him go, but I know he's doing what this country needs, doing what they need. So I'm very proud of him.
Nervous but proud also. I know he's doing what he needs to be doing, and I'm proud of him. Just can't wait for him to get back.
They come from all walks of life, but sign up to serve their country. That's the good part. Deployment Day is the hard part.
It's hard to see a boy leave. That's the only one that I have. I like to see him come in, I like to see him leave, but I'd rather him be home with me and the kids. So I'm here to support him all the way.
Well, it's going to be tough for me because her birthday falls right near Christmas, so I'll get to miss it all. But I'll get videos through the webcam and pictures often, so I'll just have to enjoy it via video.
Sad, very sad. Mama's leaving the baby for the first time. Me and Libby's going to be caretakers.
Really sad.
Deployment Day.
It's custom and tradition for sailors to man the rails as they get underway, and as you can see, it's quite a sight. The crew of the USS Theodore Roosevelt following that long-honored tradition on a sunny, warm day in early September, saying goodbye to friends and loved ones as they set out on a routine deployment.
Naval Station Norfolk quickly became a distant sight, and the more than 5,000 crew members aboard the Northrop Grumman-built aircraft carrier quickly got down to business. Supporting Oceana-based carrier Air Wing 8 and maritime security operations, the primary duty of this crew. From the action on the flight deck to all the work below, every sailor on this floating city has a purpose.
Everyone back home should be excessively proud of their crew member on board this ship because we continue to perform outstandingly here out in this particular AOR.
And while the work is hard and the days are long, rest assured, your sailors are taking advantage of some of the comforts of home whenever and wherever they can.
Show me what you got in here.
24-year-old Yaneli Gonzalez is a personnel specialist, but in her limited free time on cruise, she's bringing a little bit of glamour to the gals she works with.
One, I love to have manicures and pedicure, and I know how good it feels. So imagine after a whole day of full work, after working hours, you can have a pedicure or manicure that's going to feel great.
PS1 Terry Mullen is on her third deployment and says this is just what the women of the ship need to boost morale.
We're circling the globe, so until we make a port visit, this is it. This is home. So a little bit outside brought to the inside should make it a little bit more pleasant, if you will.
Manis and patties aren't the only way sailors are pampering themselves. Sailors also take advantage of the library. We found a group there playing a little rummy. Women singing and praying together in the chapel.
I pray, read my Bible, we come up here, we talk, and we minister to each other.
The chaplain says it's normal for sailors to miss home, but adds there's one sure way to avoid homesickness.
Stay busy is a big thing, and there's plenty to do, from reading books on the ship to we'll have college courses offered aboard the ship that some have already signed up for.
Get out of here, man.
Video games are another popular pastime. Marlon Watts is on his 3rd deployment and works the night shift.
Oh, it's very important. It's like keeping morale up.
Another way to pass time on this ship, of course, is to pump iron. The Big Stick Gym, one of 4 on board where sailors can feel at home.
23-year-old Matt Farnan, like 70% of the crew, is on his 1st deployment.
Missing Christmas is going to be a big deal. That's going to be bad.
Farnan not thinking about work or home while in the gym.
I try not to, so I don't miss it too much.
He, like many others, finding the comforts of home in simple things like a workout.
This is where I go to hang out with my friends.
Cool.
Yeah, it's that security blanket that lets me know that no matter whatever goes on, no matter how hard the day is, I can still come here and I can still relax while I'm up here and then go back to work the next day.
Right through this hatch is forward berthing, where most of the crew stays.
Coast Guard seaman Danielle Mauser is just now getting used to her new home away from home, the Portsmouth-based 87-foot Coast Guard Cutter Seahorse.
I went from being a waitress back in Florida to having a career, just like that, in 8 weeks. And it was totally worth every second of all the yelling and all the pushing.
This holiday season finds Danielle for the first time far from her hometown of Jupiter, Florida. But she's making the best of it, building her Coast Guard career and finding holiday cheer where she can.
It's going to be different because I'm not going to have a big fat Christmas tree to check out and smell every day. It's going to be weird without having my family and stuff around, but keep in touch with them a lot. So everybody on the boat's kind of becoming the new family. So I think it'll be fine.
At Langley Air Force Base in Hampton, Airman First Class Chad Davenport can most definitely relate. The 21-year-old has an important job, security.
It's just basically your general police duties, keeping intruders out, all that fun stuff.
It's crucial work. Still, Chad can't help but think about his mom and dad and 2 brothers 3,000 miles away in Shelton, Washington. He won't see them this Christmas, but he's staying in contact.
You just make a, you just move up your phone calls a little bit. You call them a little bit more. I got a good church family here that kind of keeps us in their minds, opens their doors to us.
And being at Langley is much better than a year ago when Chad had security duty in southern Iraq. He counts his blessings, works hard at his job, and he'll check in with his family when he can.
Yeah, I give him a call on Christmas Eve, Christmas.
Another ship in the Roosevelt Strike Group is the guided missile destroyer USS Nitze.
The fleet commanders do a good job of trying to get ships into port during the holidays so they can enjoy some time off the ship over Christmas or New Year's, but certainly somebody's got to be out to sea.
This ship, named for Secretary of the Navy in the mid-60s Paul Nitze, has a crew of 300, including their air detachment.
Yes, this is a Combat Information Center, and I'm one of the air controllers on board here. So I'll be controlling aircraft for the most of the deployment. Helicopters, we got SH-60 Bravos that I'll be controlling.
The electronic warfare chief in here sums up the key to making it through this holiday deployment.
An important thing for all of us to do is to just stay close to each other, because this little ship, this little family, will see us through to the other side. So it's not going to be fun, but it's our job, and we will execute it.
And get this, Chief Dan has 8 children at home.
A family separation for me means that my holiday is very quiet. So, a little lonely, but I have my shipmates to help me through that, and my wife Megan has enough to keep her occupied, not to miss me.
From the newest sailor to the veterans, everyone has their reasons, pro and con, for deploying this Christmas season.
It's a bunch of mixed emotions. I'm very excited because I've been, getting ready and being trained to go on deployment, but then also I don't want to leave home and my family and stuff like that.
Some see it as a job, some see it as a privilege, but all see it as a long, long way from home.
The longer you're in, you understand more
and see how things work and understand why we do things the way we do it and the purpose and the meaning for it. So it gets easier the longer you stay in.
And some of these folks had holiday greetings to pass along.
I am Commander Ken Long, the commanding officer of USS Nitze, and I would like to wish my wife Julie and 4 children, Courtney, Nathan, Harrison, and Henry, a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Happy Holidays. I'd also like to extend a very warm greeting to all the families of the sailors on USS Nitze. We love you, we miss you, and we can't wait to be home. Thank you.
I'm Sean Anderson on USS Nitze. I want to wish a happy holidays to my family, my wife Michelle, and my new baby Casey. Enjoy your first Christmas, and Dad will be home soon.
23-year-old Tamara Johnson signed up for the Navy to see the world. But this is her first deployment and first time away from her husband and 2 young children.
It's very important to me, so I make sure everything's going smoothly at home and I stay in contact with my girls and stuff like that.
The air traffic controller tells us she's looking forward to her job, but adds this deployment will be difficult.
I'll be missing my daughter's 2nd birthday, and Christmas and Halloween is big for my kids, so it's going to be difficult.
She's among the more than 5,000 TR crew members that will miss several major holidays this year in service to their country. Among them, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Day, Valentine's Day, and Easter. And an important part of keeping up their morale is a clear line of communication with home.
Nothing says home like an email or a telephone call or a handwritten note from back home.
Command Chaplain Commander Tim Eichler says between 850 and 1,000 sailors make their way through the library daily in an effort to stay in touch.
We stay open 22 hours a day so that they can have that access. So during their downtime, if they happen to be working a night shift, they can come up during the daytime. If they're working days, they can come up during the night, so they have that opportunity to get on.
Internet access in huge demand, but sometimes it's the sound of a loved one's voice these sailors crave. That's why sailor phones are also popular. Then there's the written word.
When someone actually takes the time to sit down and put pen to paper, you don't get that very often anymore. In a modern day generation where it's all about cell phones and text messaging, well, those don't work out here.
That's why there's a full functioning post office aboard the TR, and it processes nearly 620,000 pounds of mail during the length of a deployment, much of that mail during the holidays, and in the form of highly desired care packages.
Every month send me at least a care package of food, so I have to eat it on the galley. So
whatever the form of contact, Captain Ladd Wheeler says it's all crucial to the crew's success.
Whether it's through electronic mails or through the phone calls or through the normal mail process, whatever it is, the United Through Reading program, we truly appreciate that continuous contact back home.
The ship's brig supervisor, Joshua Hawkins, one of the countless men and women who rely heavily on that connection to home.
I'm excited about it, kind of anxious, a little bit nervous.
In this case, he's awaiting details on the birth of his 3rd child.
And we don't have a middle name yet. The wife's still coming up with that, so that'll be another shocker when that Red Cross message comes in. I'll get to see the full name.
Abigail Catherine was welcomed into the world on September 11th. Hawkins with a new family photo to add to his collection. And some words of wisdom. 5 years, 3 kids, and 2 deployments later.
I'm worried I won't be able to spend the first with the baby, the first Christmas, see the first steps, stuff along that lines, but it's really not how you start the race, it's how you finish most times.
Chloe and Kaylee know exactly what they want for Christmas.
Once again this year, the USO held its annual holiday party to celebrate the season with dependents of deployed loved ones. There was food and fun and Santa's lap, of course, a chance to take a photo to send a mom or dad away this year. It's all about military families supporting military families.
That's very important, just to come out, spend time with other military families and let the kids enjoy spending time with other kids that know what they're going through.
And 365 days a year, the USO is there to assist military families.
We're here to support them. The USO is always going to be there. It's our home away from home is what we call it for our sailors and soldiers and Marines and Air Forcemen and Coast Guardsmen.
Family members from the Carrier Roosevelt Strike Group appreciated all this. After all, this is their year to be separated. USO President John Thompson appreciates what his staff does, too.
They set this up because this is our opportunity at the holidays to give back to all the families for all the deployed troops that we have in the Hampton Roads area.
Meanwhile, at NAS Oceana, the USO was at it again. They were partnering with the Jack Daniels Company to pack and ship 10,000 care packages to the troops.
Not only do they love what's in them, they love the idea that people are thinking of them, and they're appreciated, and they feel like they're still back home, even though they're a long ways away.
Toiletries and snacks and even a free AT&T calling card were part of these goodie bags. A slice of home and a chance to call home.
I signed up because it's my colleagues out there in the Gulf, and I know what it means. I was once out there.
An army of volunteers doing their part and getting a free concert later by country singer Craig Morgan. USO was thrilled, and so was Jack Daniels.
This is our 9th base, so we've done 8 before, which means we've stuffed 80,000 care packages. This is our 9th one, so after today it'll be 90,000 care packages. And we picked Oceana because we knew we'd have a lot of USO and volunteer support here, and we wanted to make sure we got out to a base like this where it has a mix of military men and women.
5,500 sailors make their way through chow lines on the USS Theodore Roosevelt each and every day. Food and morale go hand in hand on the big stick.
Add a little flavor, a little southern flavor.
And sailors find ways to make it just like home, whether it's hot sauce and syrup on eggs or a visit to the ship's store for special snacks. Food plays a major role in a deployment, especially where holidays are concerned.
This supply department never ceases to amaze me when it comes to putting the chow on the table for the crew, and I know that our Christmas special and any other holiday special meal that we have will come off tremendously well.
That's where Chief Warrant Officer Todd Grunlin comes in. He's the food service officer aboard the TR, and after 11 deployments, he knows how to plan a big meal.
Well, we started planning this well before we deployed in order to get plenty of turkey, prime rib, shrimp, all the fixings you normally see at home in any holiday meal.
And the sailors themselves have some ideas of what they'd like to see for their holiday feast.
Steak and lobster.
Chicken, fried chicken, baked chicken, turkey, if you will, ham again, macaroni and cheese, some collard greens, like I have collard greens.
This is one of 3 freezers stacked floor to ceiling with food. It took 14 tractor trailers to stock this space with $2.2 million worth of food your sailors will eat, including Christmas dinner.
Supporting the day-to-day operations of an aircraft carrier sure builds up an appetite, and with 18,000 meals served aboard the TR in an average day, a stellar holiday menu is a must.
We'll probably serve about 2,000 pounds of potatoes, 600 pounds of turkey, 700 pounds of ham, prime rib will serve upwards of maybe 900 pounds of that. Pumpkin pie, pecan pie, sweet potato pie, cornbread, biscuits, hot dinner rolls, all the standard staples for every holiday meal we'll have available.
The galley crew ready to make the meal happen for their shipmates.
Oh man, it's fun, but then again, it's a hard job, but I'm proud to be serving.
A bunch of tough guys like the bikers at Knucklehead's Roadhouse in Virginia Beach might be the last people you'd expect to have a heart at the holidays, but you'd be wrong. They've joined forces with another bunch of tough guys, the United States Marine Corps, to ensure that no child is forgotten at Christmas. It's the annual Toys for Tots drive.
Gentlemen, on behalf of Knuckleheads, Butch's Bar and Grill, and Bone Shaker Social Club, we'd like to give you $900 in cash.
The mission of the Toys for Tots program is to collect new unwrapped toys during October, November, and December each year and distribute those toys as Christmas gifts to needy children in the community in which the campaign is conducted. The primary goal of Toys for Tots is to deliver through a shiny new toy at Christmas a message of hope to needy youngsters that will motivate them to grow into responsible, productive, patriotic citizens and community leaders. The Toys for Tots program began in 1947. Last year alone, Marines collected and distributed 11.2 million toys to 4.8 million children.
It's a real blessing. It's awesome to see the person when they get their hearts touched. Last year we collected about 125,000 toys to distribute. This year we're about 100,000 still collecting, so we'll make our goal.
All of which made Santa and Mrs. Claus very jolly.
Well, I think this is important because it's an opportunity for us as a
the biker community or anybody for that matter to help give back to the community and bring a nice Christmas to some kids that might not be able to have a Christmas on their own.
And it's just great to see the group that we share time with be so generous in giving, and I'm amazed at how philanthropic the biker community really is.
And that's going to do it for me. On behalf of our Navy, Army, Air Force, Coast Guard, and Marine friends, and yes, our biker friends, thanks for joining us and have a Merry Christmas.
All of us at WVEC TV are proud to be a part of this annual Holiday Salute program, now in its 23rd year. For all the military of Hampton Roads serving on the front lines of peace on earth, goodwill toward men, we thank you for your service. And to their many family members who do so much each year, we thank you for your sacrifice. You're in our thoughts and prayers. Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy New Year, and be safe. I'm Joe Flanagan.
We hope that this year's holiday salute was able to shorten the distance from the military far away and their loved ones here in Hampton Roads. At Taco Bell, we are wishing for a peaceful and prosperous new year for all. Our thoughts and prayers are with our men and women in uniform wherever they are defending our freedom. We appreciate and salute you, our heroes. And on behalf of the Taco Bell family, we would like to wish you a safe and joyous holiday.
On behalf of everyone at Charles Barker Automotive, I would like to thank all of our military members and their families for the sacrifices they make. It is your dedication to our country that provides us with the security and freedoms we all enjoy. Once again, the entire Charles Barker Automotive family would like to wish you a very happy and safe holiday. Happy holidays!
The Naval Architecture Department of Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding Newport News would like to wish you a safe and happy holiday season. Happy holidays!
Sending you holiday cheer from the clinic at Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding Newport News. Happy holidays!
Best wishes for a happy holiday season from Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding Gulf Coast. Season greetings!
Best wishes for a happy holiday season from the mail room at Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding. Season greetings!
Warm wishes for the holidays from the crew of the USS Enterprise
and the shipbuilders of Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding.
Happy holidays!
Warm wishes for the holidays from the main distribution center at Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding, Newport News. Happy holidays!
Thank you for watching this show. As this holiday salute, a tribute to the military, comes to an end, the Dodge dealers of Hampton Roads once again salute all of our armed forces for your commitment and the sacrifices you make. We'd also like to thank their families and loved ones for the support that they provide. From the Dodge dealers of Hampton Roads, happy holidays.